Christ.
Ronnie and I are. Yes, we are. We are. Everybody's got to know. And one of the microphones isn't working, so.
What? This mic works out. Can we be heard? Everybody come up on the beamer.
No, but at least, yeah, at least come up forward, please.
So you don't need that.
I do. She doesn't have the projector, so I have to move them.
Okay. No, we each one a book, but
Do you want a big book?
no.
Mindy, are you going to do the announcements? Oh.
One more crop.
There's water.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I shut mine off.
Going to turn off my cell phone.
Yes. You can do it from there or here or wherever you
I
like.
can't see over here, I'm short.
Okay.
Hello. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Mindy Littman, and on behalf of Congregation Beth Chaim, it's an honor to welcome you to the service this evening as we Zoom from the sanctuary. I have some information to share. A reminder that you are part of our security team. Please keep your eyes open. In case of emergency, please be aware that there are exits in all directions out of the sanctuary, including a door on the bima, which leads to the library. The door?
Some people don't know that.
That's true, yes. There is a
This is a
door
door.
on the bima that leads to the library. So
The
it-
library has to go to get out.
the library has a door to get out. So in an emergency, should you find yourself on a bima, that is the exit, that is closest. If you wear a hearing aid with a T-Plan setting, you can access our hearing loop using the setting, using our program. We do have headphones for those without that program. In addition, large print prayer books are available, and they're located on the table at the entrance to the sanctuary. We want to create a sacred space that will inspire prayer. Please silence or turn off your cell phones at this time so that you will not be distracted or distract others. Also, we ask you to refrain from taking any photos or videos, as a complete recording of the service will be available on Beth Chaim's YouTube channel afterwards. If you're on Zoom, please stay muted unless the clergy invite you to unmute and participate. We might be physically separated from one another, but we are one community in prayer and celebration. On Shabbat, we offer praise to God, and I want to begin this evening by offering the following words of gratitude. I am grateful that we're here together to celebrate Shabbat. I'm happy to see faces that I recognize as well as new faces, and wishing all of you a peaceful holiday weekend coming up. Now we move into the sacredness of Shabbat. Please join us in song and prayer.
Thank you, Mindy. Shabbat Shalom again.
Our clergy is away for the weekend with family commitment, so that we were asked if we would help lead the service. Ronnie Staffenberg and Drew, and we're glad to be here, and hopefully we'll all participate
Please
together.
participate. I am not a solo chanter. Please. Okay. I'd like to ask Carol Tischler to come up and light Shabbat candles for us, please. Oh,
Oh, missed.
it's all right. We'll do it after. Josh, we'll do you after.
Huh.
Shalom Aleichem.
Cindy, you wanted both.
I'm sorry?
You wanted both.
Yeah. Oh, and Howard Chapter, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I'm assuming.
Howard and Carol.
It's okay.
Carol and Howard. May I present? Please.
Blessed are you, who hallows us with his foe, commanding us to handle the light of Shabbat. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our new day be among those who kindle light.
Very much.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. And Josh Waldorf has graciously agreed that he would lead us in song and maybe right into the Kiddush. We can do that together.
When I was asked, thought we would do Shalom Aleichem on page 323 in the prayer book. Or
I have 24,
it's on 24 as well.
I believe so.
Oh.
If you don't want to flip that far.
I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
know.
no, it's okay. It's on 24
It's on
also.
24? Okay,
Yep.
sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
It's on 24 as well. Okay.
Choices.
Right.
Right.
At best
so
time, you have choices.
That's
there you
right.
go.
So please join us.
All right. Shalom Aleichem Malachei HaMaret Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Bohem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Baruch Hu Mi L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zeidchem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
And the Kiddush is found on page 5. Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzav banu. V'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinkilanu. Zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit. Ki hu yom techila l'nigroi kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu bocharta, biltanu kidashta, mikol hamim. V'shabbat kodshecha, Yahava Ratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Please, not that there are a lot of us around, but please greet your neighbors. A Shabbat Shalom. We have people in the back. Are you comfortable back there, or would you like to move up with us? Would you rather stay there?
Welcome.
Good. Shabbat Shalom. L'chaim. Thank you, Josh. Okay, now we turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi. And I am taking the liberty of a throwback melody to when I learned Lecha Dodi. I became a bat mitzvah in a conservative synagogue in 1961, so you can figure that out. And girls did led a Friday night service because God forbid we couldn't, read Torah. So this is the tune that I learned, which I'm sure you've heard and can follow with. Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nikabela. We're going to do 2, 5,
1, 2, 5.
1, 2, 5, and 9. When we chant verse 9, we're going to stand and face the entrance to the synagogue and welcome the Sabbath bride. And when we get to the very last line, we bow and really welcome our bride. So stanza 1. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad Ushemo echad L'shem u'tiferet l'litila Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechul el melcha ki mekor habracha merosh mikedem nisucha sof ma'aseh b'machava tehila lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Hitoreri, kiva ore kumi ori, uri, shirta beri, kivod Adonai alayik nivla, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bal'a gam b'simcha utala toch emunei am sigula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nikabela. You may be seated.
Page, please be seated. Page 26. Hatzikadosh.
Yidgadal v'yidgadash shemei rava v'yamad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv Be'emeru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach, Li'alam Olam Me'almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yipa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yithalal, Shemei Dekudesha, Birchu, Le'alam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'yama, v'emeru. Amen. Now please rise. Baruch
Page
Shema.
28.
Baruch et Adonai Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch. The Baruch. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu. Wait, I'm sorry. I need help, Josh. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu. No.
No, hold on.
All right, we're not going to do. I'm so sorry, people. I'm so sorry. Drew, you were going to read praise to you on 31. I'm sorry. Stay standing though, please. Sorry.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way in which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide a current of day into night. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Mariv Aravi. Be seated.
And we're going to skip a Chabad Olam and we'll go right to the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Will you join me in English on 36? You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, and
with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohim Emet. Okay, now we're on page 40. You can be seated for Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha, Elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha, Nedar Bakodesh, No Ra Tehilot, O Seifela. I lost the tune and I'm sorry. Kara'u Anecha, Bokei Yam, Lifnei Moshe, Umar. I'm sorry, Miriam. Ze Eli Anu ve'amru Adonai Yimloch leolam va'ed v'ne'emar ki patdat Adonai et Yaakov. I'm so sorry. Ugalo miyad hazan mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Okay, and now We're on
Page.
44 for Vishamru.
Wait together.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam b'ridolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam b'ridolam. B'nei uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam b'ridolam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam b'ridolam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam b'ridolam. Please rise if you are able for the Amidah beginning on page 46. Adonai sifatai tivtach ufiya gita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Ha'gadol Ha'gibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Bikonei Hakol Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Gula Livnei V'Nehem Leman Shemo B'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Hakol Atarav Lehoshia Mori Hatal Mechakel Chayim Bechesed Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabbi Somech Noflim Verofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umakayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamo Kabal Givurot Umidomelach Melech Meimi Dumachaye Umatzmiach Yeshua Vine Eman Atal Chacharot Hakol Baruch Atah Adonai Mechayei Hakol Atah Kadosh Kadosh Ukadoshim B'Kol Yom Lehalu Chasela Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Be seated. Service continues on page 55. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from the shunning of the horror to defeat the bitterness and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai, deny us the false Sabbath, which gives us the delusion of satisfaction amid the world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temple are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action.
Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Okay, Modim Anachnu Lach. We here at Beth Chaim discuss every week what we are thankful for. Is there anything in particular that anyone would like to announce that they're thankful for this week? Yes. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you had their companionship. I'm sorry that the dog passed away. Oh. Yes. Ah, yes. Great grandchild. We were talking earlier and I said the fact that people are getting married later. They're not getting married at 18 and 19 like our grandparents did. They're going to be fewer and fewer great grandparents alive. So what a wonderful experience that must be. Good for you.
No, you say yourself.
What do you say?
Sounds big, right?
Modim anachnu
Yes, I'm coming in tomorrow.
Modim
I'll bring Dan.
anachnu.
And we'll meet him.
Okay,
what
next we
about,
have
what do
our
you think about
prayer
that?
for peace.
Page 60.
Shalom Rav.
Together, please join us.
Yes, please. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol eid u'b'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai Hamvarech et Amo Yisrael Shalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Now we'll take a few minutes for silent prayer, silent meditation, just silence, just for a few minutes. I know I will be thinking of the 21 lives lost in Texas this week. I don't know how those parents are coping. You ratso imrefi egyon libi lefanecha Adonai Tsuri Bego Ali
This week, as Ronnie said, was a challenging and scary. Did I miss something? Oh, I'm sorry. It still was a scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, the
I'm
next
sorry.
on the schedule is Misha Berach, which we will sing the Debbie Friedman version on 253. If you want to turn to that. We normally we have the names up on the screen, but we do not have that available tonight, so bear with me. I have a list of people that we are especially praying for, and then if there's anyone you'd like to add. Betty Abramowitz, Elaine Berkowitz, Yisrael Binyamin, Audrey Blackburn, Meredith Bloomberg, Estelle Cohn, Mark Cohn, Mary Delahanty, Lori Derman, Paul Derman, Harriet Dumrow, Barbara Ann Miles at Etman, Sharon Fallitz, Stephen Finver, Les and Joanne Friedemann, Lisa Garwood, Bob Gast, Marvin and Ginny Gittleman, Barbara Gladstone, Avrum Glazier, Lester Goldblatt, Daniel Gordon Steinmetz, Arlene Grable, Bernard Greenwald, Cherie Harden, Noah Hecker, Scott Horowitz, Iris Horowitz, David Hoodisman, Catherine Isnardi, Louis Jacobs, Faye Josephson, Rosalie Krieger, Leslie Kreimer, Harriet Cattell, Owen Lairfield, Shane McBride, Bill McCargo, Pat McCargo, Kate Michelson, Gail Moulter, John Mosley, Claire Munkasi, Eileen Muroff, Stuart Patz, Stephen Patz, Lester Rackoff, Connor Robertson, Ellen Rosenblum, Olivia Rosengarten, Nat Salako, Barbara Samble, Jill Sava, Sandra Schachter, Rhoda Schwartz, Bobby Schwartz, Lisa Scher. Is there anyone that you would like, any name you would like to add to that list? Josh? Anyone else? Okay, so we're on 253 in the middle. Misheberach avotenu mikor habracha lav limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Now you're up.
No. Just a few words. After this challenging and difficult week, we turn this weekend and we'll celebrate two holidays, totally unrelated, but have similar themes. Both holidays include reflection, solemnity, joy, and celebration. On Monday, we'll celebrate Memorial Day. To many of us, it marks the beginning of summer. The holiday dates back to the Civil War time. And I don't know if I remember, no, it's according to our government who passed the rule, at 3 o'clock on Monday, we're all supposed to stop for a moment of silence. It is one of 3 national holidays which honor those who have served in our armed forces to protect us and our country. There's Armed Forces Day, which celebrates those still in uniform, typically on the 3rd Saturday of every May. Veterans Day in November is to remember and thank all those who hung up their uniform, who served us. And Memorial Day is to remember those who never made it out of their uniform. So hopefully over this weekend, we will take some time and remember those who have served our country and who we lost serving our country. The second holiday we celebrate is Sunday, Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Day. It's commemorating the reunification of the city of Jerusalem in 1967, following the Six-Day War, 55 years ago. Jerusalem Day is celebrated on the 20th day of Iyar, according to the Hebrew calendar, and matches up with June 7th, 1967. This year it is this Sunday. Jerusalem, the city of peace. Jerusalem, the city of competing histories and narratives and prayers, fraught at times with tension and the joy and celebration. Jerusalem is that shining city on the Judean hills, a place where real people of all denominations and all persuasions live, work, and play. I'd like to read a poem by Alden Sullivan on Jerusalem. Jerusalem, you are mystery and wonder, secrets hidden and secrets revealed. You are beauty in the hills and holiness in stone. City of peace, why are you still besieged by nations? Why are you held hostage from within? What errant flight has the white dove taken? What mission of love and mercy has drawn her away from her sacred home? Jerusalem, you are prayers and echoes, questions without answers, yearning and hope, radiance and splendor, the heartbeat of generations. Jerusalem, you are my journey and my destination. You are my dream. You are my longing. You are my joy. You are my sorrow. You are my consolation. Again, from Alden Sullivan. We want to take a moment to thank all those in our congregation who have served in the military. And over this weekend, let us take a moment to thank and remember all those who have served to protect their respective homelands in here and in Israel to help ensure that freedom and democracy for both will make democracy for both in the USA and the state of Israel, and have helped to make our world a better place. We wish you a meaningful, restful, peaceful Shabbat and Memorial Day weekend.
Please rise if you are able, and for Aleinu.
Why do you leave us?
Niromim, Hu Eloheinu Eino. Anu Kolim, Umishtakavim, Ulokim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shehuno teshamayim v'yoser haaretz. Karon b'shamayim mima'al. Ushkidna tuzo. Beromim. Hu Eloheinu einod. Emet malkeinu efes uvako. Bachamo. Yavod. I lost my place. Thank you. Shamayim ima, uskaret limo, einod. Please be seated. I have a yurtzeit, a list to read tonight for those for whom we will be saying Mourner's Kaddish. We have Michael Kutel, who's in the first month of mourning, and then a long yurtzeit list to read. Cynthia Stein, Helen Cronenfeld, Julius Beck, Benjamin Goldberg, Erwin Butensky, Bertha Slutskin, Albert Fetter, Rose Parker, Barton Cohn, Frederick Hochberg, Bertram Greenberg, Sidney Steinberg, Harold Lehner, Raymond Lubin, Isidore Bierbaum, Melvin Kessler, Rhea Hartman, Robert Rosenfeld, Marilyn Friedlander, Rita Kantrowitz, Elliot Greenberg, Ida Gitnick, Dorothy Weinstein, Jean Schwartz, Harry Trush. I did forget to say, and I apologize, that if you hear, if this name means something to you, if it's a relative or a friend, please rise. Karen Hicks, Rita Kantrowitz, Esther Carlin, Martin Greenbaum, Doris Tabor, Shirley Cheresnick, Joseph Stone, Dorothy Goldberg, Irving Lieb, Gilbert Araton, William Sallet, Sam Friedman. And now we rise as a congregation.
Any other names to add?
Any, Alana? Anyone else have a name they'd like to add? Thank you.
Anybody else?
And so as a community, we are reading on page 294, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei rabbah, v'yalma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala uv'yizman kariv v'emru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam v'me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudisha birku le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Seated.
And we will, we will ask you to join us in the motzi, and then we can all partake of the onen in a minute. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Good.
All right, and Josh has I guess we have closing announcements first, and then Josh with a closing song. Do we have any closing announcements? If not, probably nobody would be very upset.
Thank you for joining us for Shabbat services tonight. It's so nice to be together and welcome this day of rest. Thank you to Ann Berman Waldorf, Adria Sherman, and Cheryl Wexler for your assistance as tech experts tonight on Zoom. Again, I'm Mindy Littman, representing the Board of Trustees, and I invite you to join us for an Oneg Shabbat in the social hall right behind the sanctuary. We're happy to speak with you over a nosh. Please note, Torah study will be on Shabbat morning at 8:45, in person and on Zoom. Wednesday night is our joint Sisterhood Racial Justice book discussion. Join us on Zoom and share your thoughts about the book Humus in preparation for our Zoom with the author and translator next month. Finally, please remember the building will be closed on Sunday and Monday in observance of Memorial Day. Hineni, I am here for you. You are here for me. Together, we are Beth Chaim. We are an active, inclusive, and diverse congregation. Please check our website, bethchaim.org, to see a listing of all of our many classes, meetings, and activities throughout the week. And thank you to our lay leaders for leading tonight's service. Thank you, Drew and Ronnie.
It's harder than it looks.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah.
And now, Josh.
Oh, thank you. And wherever you want to be. Oseh Shalom, 343 if you need the words. Huyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom,
Shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy Memorial Day. Josh, thank you. Have a nosh.